feel like you'd like Smite 2. It's based on mythological characters and is third person, pretty fun. I played Smite 1 like twice. I guess I'm like, these days I'm not super looking to get into a MOBA because they're kind of like, I watch my day disappear when I play. And like, what I liked the most about MOBAs was playing on a team with my friends. And so like, getting all my friends to play a single game is pretty difficult these days because our tastes have kind of diverged over time. But yeah, I'd end up like playing by myself and then looking up from, you know, my 5th game and realizing I'd lost my afternoon. You know what we are going to play though? We're going to play Monster Hunter when it comes out in February. I forget what this type of Monster Hunter is, but Monster Hunter coming soon. And unlike previous Monster Hunters, I'm going to get it for computer this time. So I could theoretically stream it if you guys wanted to see Martian play some Monster Hunter. The last Monster Hunter game I played was Monster Hunter Rise, and I like, so my first Monster Hunter game was Monster Hunter World, and that was really good. And in Monster Hunter World, I tried everything. I ended up liking Greatsword, Longsword, Hammer, and Heavy Bowgun the most. I initially started off with Dual Blades as my main, but kind of lost interest in that over time. But in Rise, I was like not interested in relearning all the weapons and recrafting all the weapons. So I just decided to play Longsword because that was the one that I think has the most replay value. And I had so much fun just playing Longsword in Rise that I'm kind of tempted to do it again this time. You played through most of Rise in co-op. It was fun. You were Horn. You know, my buddy really loved Hunting Horn in Monster Hunter World, but the they changed the mechanics of it that it was like too easy compared to how it was in Monster Hunter for him, that he just lost all interest in it. It was like I'm told, I didn't play Hunting Horn in either game, so I only know this secondhand, but like you had to like do dances regularly with the Hunting Horn in Monster Hunter World, but you can just encore to repeat them in Rise, something like that. So it ended up feeling like Hammer with buffs. So yeah, that, like, Hunting Horn was really good in Rise, right? Like you'd always want to have one on your team. But yeah, my buddy who was a Hunting Horn main in World found it unpalatable in Rise and didn't play it at all. It was pretty funny. I wish I had more to do with this. You never played World? I think World was slightly better than Rise, but like what I really liked about Rise was two things. One, I could play it on the Switch, so I could just sit on the couch and, you know, play Switch while Renee was watching something. I didn't have to take over the television. It was Xbox 360 that I played World on. And also I liked riding the monsters, right? The way that you would like steer the monsters into each other. Like, I got a huge kick out of that. I think World was mostly better. I did they did this lateral change, right? So in World, the gameplay of Monster Hunter, for those of you who haven't played it, by the way, is you track these monsters around a map and then you beat them to death with swords and hammers or whatever. And and then once you've beaten the monster, you use its parts to craft weapons and armor. So you can like build armor that have slots for decorations on them, and then the decorations give you additional stats. So in Monster Hunter World, the best decorations were locked behind these ridiculously low pull rates, right? It was like 0.03% for them to drop from like a mission that takes you 20 to 30 minutes to complete. So once I got to that stage of the game, I lost interest. You know, for me, when the drop rate is that low, that's effectively, it's not going to drop. So I'm not going to waste time trying to do it. And because they don't have auto queue, the game was a little bit tedious to just play over and over again as far as it being replayable. Like if it had an auto queue a random monster, right, then this, you guys don't care about any of that, like if you didn't play. Anyways, so the reason I bring that up, in Monster Hunter World, they had the decorations at a ridiculously low pull rate, and that was eventually what made me lose interest in playing anymore. Because the pull rate was way too low. It was like 0.0 something percent, way too low. Then in Rise, they made it so all the decorations were gettable, which is a huge improvement for me. Like that was a big improvement. But they took the neck piece and changed it so that had to be a ridiculously low pull rate. So instead of all of your decorations that are used to customize your character being a ridiculously low pull rate, they changed it so that only your neck piece was. And that's, I think, better, right? Because instead of it being a bunch of things, it's literally one thing, but that's like your best thing, right? And so still you get to the end of the game and all you can do is repeat the same content endlessly, hoping to get like a 0.00 whatever percent chance to optimize your stuff. And for me, that's like, no. If everything was gettable, like if nothing in the game had a a ridiculously low chance of dropping, if nothing did, if everything was gettable, then what I would do with these games is I would try to max out a set, right? Like the optimized armor for a weapon and the optimized weapon for that weapon. And then once I had that, I would try to farm the next weapon, because there's like a jillion weapons in Monster Hunter. Like, it's like, I don't know, there's a bunch of weapon stuff you can do. There are a bunch of builds to farm. Like, you don't run out of content unless you want to, pretty much. But when finishing a set requires you to put in endless hours of nothing changing, in content you've already done a bunch of times, like why am I going to do that? It's so strange to me. So anyways, long story short, they made the end game grind slightly less annoying in Rise, and I appreciated it, but it still wasn't perfect. Oh, we're talking about Monster Hunter. Big fan. Are you going to pay the new one coming out in February? That sounds like a game you'll never play, and I'm happy you're excited for it. Oh yeah, for sure. But this is all like endgame content, right? There's so much to do until you get to that point. It's not like, you know, you play for a week and then you can't do anything anymore. My friends and I were obsessed with this game for a while, and I finally stopped because I got to that point in the game. The beauty of nature. I think we're just gonna win here, right? Like we armor up a little bit and then we're just fine. There's only Renathal and Fertility Floop left in my deck. I don't know. Good luck, Shadow Priest. Get you next turn. Me personally, I think World was way better than Rise, and unfortunately I'm super excited for the new one, but currently have nothing to play it on. Brutal. Yeah, other than the one thing I described, I like World was better in most ways, I thought. Rise had a couple of things, like the reduced RNG for like the reduced endless grind endgame stuff, and being able to steer the monsters into each other. Like it had a couple of things I really liked about it, and also being able to just, you know, play a handheld. But overall, I do think World was better. It was like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a margin for me. Like, I really enjoyed both of them. Like, if all Monster Hunter games come out at that same quality, I'm just gonna enjoy the franchise forever. I have zero interest in Monster Hunter, but it sounds like something that would be fun with a group of friends. Weird. I liked it for both, actually. Like, it's one of the few, like, games that I think probably these days I could play a bit by myself and not feel like I wasted the day. The part of it is the hunt is a little bit exhausting, right? Like, I'm not tempted necessarily to, you know, spam Monster Hunter by myself for an entire day's worth of time, right? Like, I'm gonna have to stop after I've done a couple by myself. All right, we need one more. One more, let's go.
This must be the way.
Where is it?
This must be the way.
No. It's gonna draw 6 if I do it.
That rope turning again.
I forget how it works. I think it draws 6, right? It doesn't let me choose twice. No! Yes! I did it! I mean, we're gonna win either way, right? Like, it's not like if I missed that, I wasn't gonna be able to pull it off. But it would have felt bad to have the thing crack at the last moment. What was this first? It was 4 armor, right? Like when it first came out, it was 4 armor, 8 armor. Now it's 5 armor, 10 armor. After they buffed it. Pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Doggy? When it first came out, it was bugged and counted the mulligan as a turn. That's cool. You missed that? Yeah. Alright. Frost Lotus Blossom activated. Form of 20 armor. Hell yeah. Early hell yeah? How much of a problem for me is that? It might be kind of a problem. Not gonna lie.
Job done.
We can find the pendant. Like, we can find the Cthulhu with pendant. So there's that at least.
The citadel stands strong. Nothing can catch my hounds.
Oh yeah, we could just delete it with Kill Jaden, that's true. That's not guff.
Consume
Yesterday I had a priest opponent repackage my board into a KJ portal. That was pretty annoying. Oh, it's like... Interesting. I guess it's Psychic Scream no downside or Psychic Scream without upside, depending on how you look at it. Hi, Ceaseless Expanse. Guff, yay! Alright, I need to draw the Heart of Cthulhu. You know what? I need to draw and play all these Cthulhu pieces. I can't just, you know... Can't just KJ... I'd like to draw more than 2 with this. So I think what's happening is... Can't play 3 of these. You know, the KJ is probably bait, right? Like, I'll just take Isiel for next turn. And we'll do our funny Isiel stuff. Ceaseless Expanse was your nickname in high school? I believe it. KJ is about 1000% content. Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. That's a good point. Forgot about the content. Always forget about the content, chat.
Stay strong, expedition. Reinforcements on the way.
I will break your body. Taste. I see.
So we can draw as much as 8 times. Maybe I'll go for a refresh after that, though. Where's my spaghetti? Ew.
That feels good.
Nah, it just shows an armor again. Panicking towards the end of the rope. Hate to see it, but it happens. His turn is filthy. Yeah, we made some progress there. Made a little bit of progress, I think. You feel Branching Paths is even weaker than Howl? I don't think so. I think Branching Paths is still pretty strong. If only I had cheated. Oh, yeah, true. You're my favorite card game content creator. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you for that, friend. Do you think my opponent's gonna do something horrible to me? Thoughts, chat? They're gonna do something devastating? Solar branching is still wild, power level acceptable? I think so, yeah. But like, I see how branching wouldn't go in everything anymore. That's for sure. But I think branching is still really good for a deck like this. It is kind of funny that if they give me coins and I overdraw the Cthulhu piece, I am literally uninstalling Hearthstone. I can't anymore. I can't ever again. Chat, if this is another burnt Cthulhu piece. My opponents have been void contracting and bankering my Cthulhu pieces. It's been a disastrous day. Okay, good. We don't have to uninstall. We were close though. We almost did it.
This must be the way.
That's not what I wanted. Wait until... Oh, okay, cool. So I do this. We get our Cthulhu back in the deck. We go get the Cthulhu. Then our winged children rule the skies. Solar is just wild power level excellent. Solar is a card of all time, it's true. I can make a montage about losing Cthulhu. I can do that. I probably won't, but I can. So this is what the Shattered has become. What happened to the minionless Cthulhu lists I loved? Yeah. I mean, we take what we can get, come on. Frankly, like, Theatar existing has been such a thorn in the side of Cthulhu that, like, you know, we should all just be happy that it's playable enough, you know, to do this. It's way too easy to stop Cthulhu from, like, that's literally what happened to it, right? Like, the benefit of Cthulhu the Shattered as your win condition was it was an unratable win condition. And now Theatar exists, so like that and Baleful Banker and what's just Steam Cleaner, and you know, like there's so much you can do to it now. You know, when it was a no minion deck, the environment was friendly to that, and now the environment is incredibly hostile to it. I haven't been Steam cleaned yet. It's true. There's still time. Wild growth. Bummer. I mean, we can still coin the guff, so it's not like that big a deal, but still. I wanted my wild growth. Steam cleaner dropped and Cthulhu fell off in like a week. No, it's like Theatar made that deck unexistable, like 100% Theatar. Renethal also like is a problem for it, right? Because like you can do multiple Cthulhu's, but the fact what you can't do anymore that you could do before was you could kill with just one Cthulhu. That is no longer an option in a Renethal meta. Like you have to whittle them down. You have to play two. Yeah. So it just like during the sweet spot where the Marshy deck got to be meta for a while, the meta was okay with having a minionless deck, and now it just isn't. I thought without coin New Heights, and then thought about coin New Heights, and then realized why that didn't make sense. Did I have coin New Heights? Could have just coined New Heights, that's true. But like, if I hit Invigorate or Wild Growth off of the aquatic form, then I wouldn't have had to use my coin is all. Yeah, I'm also like, I'm not overly concerned with getting to 23 mana, I think. That's not super on my radar. Oh, bummer. Bummers, chat. It's kind of a big bummer that we missed the Ceaseless there. Is kind of a big bummer. We got some armor here. Howl's coming in clutch. Howl coming in slightly clutch. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe. Still kind of tough, right? Because this is 21 already. Yeah, it's gonna be close. They have to have no damage. I think we're gonna lose. Oh, they don't have an attendant. Why did I think they had an attendant? Mind blast, mind blast. Ah. Why am I sad my opponent didn't do that? All right. Here, I guess.
My winged children fill the skies, skips upon the world. The virtue of the wild.
Just in case we get solar. Ooh. All right, we gotta play fast. Playing fast, chat. Playing as slow as possible.
Strong expedition. Reinforcements on the way.
Oh, good. Give me that Ceaseless. Yeah. Okay. We gotta play fast, chat. Proceeds to play as slow as possible. But I mean, like, we win, right? Like, what's my opponent gonna do here? Cry? Cry and lose? Lose like a stinky loser? I think so. Sure. You think the opponent lost it? There's a good chance. After all that, you know, Holy Wrath still nukes this. Can you imagine? Like, that's such a big turn of gaining so much health, and you still can't out armor a Holy Wrath. We were talking about, I forget if it made it into the discussion was had in a game that's going in the video, but like, it's crazy that Holy Wrath does as much damage as it does, right? Like, the deck would still be meta if it did like 50 damage, but you could actually have a chance to out armor it. But the fact that it does 100, that like you could have a turn like this and you still don't get there. It's crazy. This opponent's sitting through all my animations. I swear Shadow Priest isn't even that good of an aggro deck. I mean, like, aggro is just kind of generally beatable by defensive strategies. Like, I think if you look at like the broader meta, Shadow Priest has, you know, Shadow Priest is strong. It's just the hands off, build a bunch of armor, answer board decks like this one are built to beat them. So the fact that the Shadow Priest still gets there as often as it does against a deck like this is, I think, more of a testament to its strength.
This must be the way.
Do I take that? Just gonna nuke my own board. Sure. Doesn't actually kill anything on my side, right? Okay.
The beauty of nature.
There's my Cthulhu pieces. But you know what? I should have shot one of my own things, huh?
This must be the way.
Yay.
Must be the way.
Did we get it? And I didn't trade off one of these. I think it's fine, right? Okay, so if I had more, if I had more time, I would just win. Cool. Exactly, lethal. So, like, I almost missed getting the swipe off of this, and, like, because I was going... I don't want to be too hard on myself, because, like, it's not as easy as it seems to just spam cards, but, like, you know, if I'd had more time with the sleeping, I probably could have found the Cthulhu and stuff. You can bully Shadow Priest. I wish it was the best deck forever. Yeah. Makes sense.